Hey guys, Nancy, can you hear me? I'll just give a few minutes so everyone can join in. Thanks for joining live tonight, everyone. All right, so if everyone can hear me, I will get started. Thank you, Lynn. So good evening, everyone. My name is Jennifer Thompson, and I'm a mom of two young kids, Josie, who's 5, and Jonah, who just turned 3 this week. I'm married. I'm a community pharmacist in rural Nova Scotia, Canada, and I'm an area manager and independent consultant with Arbonne International. So I am super excited to talk about Arbonne's ABC line because it was really the product that made us change our brand to Arbonne and eventually led to me becoming a consultant, and now I'm creating the life that I want. So let me tell you more about that. I was introduced to Arbonne several years ago by way of a sample pack, and I loved what I tried, and I hosted a party to get more Arbonne for less money. And I was asked about joining the business at that time, but I politely declined. I thought I had everything figured out. I went to university. I got a degree in pharmacy. I had just started managing a community or retail pharmacy. I also had a big ego and didn't fully understand what being a consultant meant, to be honest. But I loved the product, and I joined Arbonne as a preferred client. I continued to purchase Arbonne off and on over the years for myself, and then things started to change. I had my first baby. Which changes everything. I was up late one night nursing Josie, and maybe some of you nursing moms can relate. I was feeding her and scrolling Facebook on my phone, and an article came up about a company who was using cancer-causing formulations in their baby products. I thought, oh, it can't be. It's one of those fear-mongering Facebook articles, but something told me that I had to click on this article to find out more. So I was horrified to find out that the products that we were using on our baby were toxic, but were allowed to be sold here in Canada. I had that sinking feeling of, what have I done? I'm a terrible mom. You know, all of the mom guilt kind of thing. And then I remembered that the company that I was using for my own skincare had a baby line, so I decided to look into that further. I found out that Arbonne's baby line was dermatologist tested, pediatrician tested, ophthalmologist tested, and allergy tested. So I thought, okay, well, that's good enough for me. So it was at that point that we switched our baby products to Arbonne, and then I started buying them for friends and family, and I started talking about Arbonne. I wanted everyone to switch to these awesome products. But even at that point, it didn't occur to me to join as a consultant. It wasn't until baby number 2 was on the way. So picture this. I was a mom of a less than 2-year-old. Josie wasn't even 2 yet. I was working 50 plus hours a week during the hot summer months on my feet all day, and I was 5 months pregnant. I was absolutely miserable, and I knew that I needed to make a change. I knew that I wanted to return to work part-time after having Jonah, but I didn't know how we were going to go making that pay cut from a full-time pharmacist salary to a part-time pharmacist salary. So I wanted to do something from home to supplement going back to work part-time. I had that whole inner battle going on about I want to be a successful breadwinner for my family, but I also wanted to stay home with my babies. I don't know if maybe some of you can relate to that. But I finally decided to put my ego aside, and I looked into the compensation plan as an Arbonne consultant. And I'm so glad that I did. I had the intention of making a couple $100s a month to make me feel less guilty about going back to work part-time. That was the goal. And I'm happy to say that with my fantastic Arbonne team to guide me, that I was able to achieve that intention. And now I only work a couple days a week out of the house. And I was even able to pay off my student loan months earlier than expected. And I've reached the level of management in this business where my business is willable. So for me, the next level is vice president. It's the level where Arbonne pays you to drive a Mercedes. But most importantly, I enjoy working away at my business where I feel in control. I feel good about the company that I'm associated with, and I'm creating choices for my family, and I'm helping other people do the exact same thing. So you can see how these baby products really initiated some huge changes in my life. So I'm excited to tell you more about the actual products now. Arbonne's ABC line is naturally inspired. They're ultra gentle products that don't contain common skin irritants like artificial fragrance and harsh chemicals. They're tested by pediatricians, dermatologists, and parents. So the ABC line contains 4 awesome products, and I'm going to tell you about each of them. So first of all, I have here the hair and body wash. It's a very lightweight 2-in-1 tear-free formula. So no tears because there's no harsh chemicals, not because they use chemicals to freeze tear ducts like in some other companies' formulations. It cleanses, it calms, and it moisturizes all in one step. So how does it work if you're not using chemicals that are in most other brands? Well, the cleansing agents are actually vegetable surfactants, which are mild and gentle. They're pediatrician, dermatologist, and ophthalmologist tested, so it's safe for baby's face. And then the moisturizing properties come from aloe, shea butter, chamomile, vitamin E, and a few other things. So it's got a very subtle, clean, fresh scent, and it's naturally derived from essential oils of cottonwood, sandalwood, and vanilla. And by the way, if a product says that it's scent-free, that means that they're using chemicals to suppress the smell. So not a lot of people know about that. But they do have a little bit of a nice, fresh, clean smell about them. This is also a fantastic body wash for anyone who may suffer from eczema. And I also know of multiple kids who have suffered from bladder infections, and then when they've switched to Arbonne's ABC wash, the bladder infections have stopped recurring. So many success stories. And the thing that I love about our products is, yes, these are our baby line, but they can be used for so many other people too. So next is the body lotion. I love the size of these products too. Like, it's a big old honking tube. So the body lotion provides 24-hour moisture. It contains features of an oil and a lotion all in one product. So you don't need to use baby oil. It contains natural ingredients like the shea butter, sunflower seed oil, vitamin E, chamomile, which nourishes the skin and provides a protective layer. It absorbs quickly and is non-greasy because we don't use animal fats. So anyone that's new to Arbonne, I just wanted to mention that we're a vegan company, which means we don't use animal products, no animal byproducts, and we don't test on animals. So something that I hear a lot from people when they try our products is they're really surprised at how our lotions and even like our face creams, foot creams, any kind of lotion, they're really surprised at how non-greasy it feels. Like, that's probably one of the most common things that I hear from people. And it's because there's no animal fats in them. So most products do contain animal fats because they're a good preservative, but they're a bulking agent, and you're going to get mostly animal fat and a little bit of active ingredient with other products, whereas ours are all active ingredients. So you're getting a bigger bang for your buck with the Arbonne products. So the lotion, it smells the same as the wash, cottonwood, vanilla, sandalwood, and it's pediatrician, dermatologist, and allergy tested. So it's safe for babies or anyone with sensitive skin. So again, anyone with eczema, it's wonderful for that. We honestly haven't used a whole lot of the body lotion in our house just because the wash is so moisturizing. I think I bought a new one of these when Jonah was born, and it lasted well over a year because you don't need to use very much. Actually, I think my husband used up the rest of it when he got a fresh tattoo because it's very gentle, so it's perfect for moisturizing after you get new ink. So yeah, a little bit goes a long way with these products. And the other thing that we've done recently with our body lotion is it's wonderful for babies, but it's also great for the elderly. So our Arbonne team participates in the Adopt a Grandparent campaign each year. So what we do is we collect donations and then we give creams to residents in local nursing homes. So this past Christmas, we were able to give one of these huge bottles of body lotion to every nursing home resident, along with a couple little festive treats and a handwritten note from each of us anonymously to tell them that somebody is thinking of them at the holidays. So great for the elderly too. All right, so the third product is the Diaper Rash Cream. So this is what it looks like. It's zinc based, and it also contains aloe, chamomile, and vitamin E. So it helps to treat and prevent diaper rash by creating a water repelling moisture barrier. It's very hydrating. It's a super ultra rich formulation that glides on easy. I don't know if you moms have tried any of the other zinc based creams that, you know, you put it on baby's butt and it doesn't want to budge and you're, you know, making clumps and it's a mess. This goes on so silky smooth, super nice. So while I have a captive audience, I wanted to compare the Diaper Rash Cream to Vaseline. So if anyone is unaware, Vaseline is actually made from petrolatum, which comes from crude oil. In Europe, this ingredient is actually banned from their formulations, which means they're not allowed to sell it. In North America, petrochemicals can be found in the majority of our products. So check it out for yourself. If you have non-Arbonne products in your house, go and look at the list of ingredients. And if mineral oil or petrolatum or petroleum jelly are in it, it's actually derived from oil. So it's pretty crazy that in Europe they're not allowed to sell it because it's harmful, but in Canada we're given a tube of Vaseline to put on your baby's butt when you leave the hospital. So it's wild. That's what I love about the Arbonne products is they abide by those European standards, which are much stricter than what they do in Canada. And I also wanted to tell a little bit, this is totally a side story, but I mentioned at the beginning I'm a community pharmacist, so I feel like I was meant to run into this patient last week. A man came in and he was getting an antibiotic, and he was sharing this story with me about how he has oil in his blood, and I was like, okay, how? What? So it turns out that this man had an oil spill in his house, and oil spills are extremely expensive to clean up properly, to pay somebody to clean them up properly. He had just lost his spouse a couple of weeks before that. He doesn't have much money, so he decided to take it upon himself to clean up this oil spill himself. So he put on what he thought was protective wear to clean up the oil, and the oil actually ate through the bottom of his shoes and touched his feet. That's all that happened. He didn't ingest the oil. It touched his feet. So as days went by, he started, for lack of a better term, to go crazy. He ended up showing up at restaurants several hundred kilometers away, didn't know how he got there. This happened multiple times. He was not himself. He was, basically taking fits in public, and he, as he described it, ended up in the loony bin. He was admitted to a psychiatric ward because people thought that he had gone crazy because his wife passed away. So 5 doctors saw him and they treated him for psychosis. A 6th doctor looked at him and realized that he had some other issues going on at the same time. Sorry, this is a way off tangent, but the 6th doctor noticed that he had some ulcers on his skin and that he was having trouble with his vision, and decided that it was most like an environmental type problem. So they investigated further. He told them about how he cleaned up an oil spill in his home, and they treated him for oil poisoning. They found oil in his tears, in his snot, in his mucous membranes, in his blood. It went all through his body, and it made him do that kind of thing. So I know touching oil and putting oil on your skin, they're, from products that you're getting off the shelf, it's not exactly the same thing. But when you're putting Vaseline on a baby's butt from day one, every day, multiple times a day, and that what you put on your skin is absorbed into your bloodstream, it just doesn't make sense to me when they know that it's banned in other countries because it's toxic. I don't know why it's still okay for them to sell it here, but sorry, that was my rant. But I absolutely love our Diaper Rash Cream because it has some fantastic healing properties as well. I recommend it in place of a steroid cream, like a hydrocortisone cream, just because it helps with redness and with itching. We call it bug bite cream in our house because my babies are no longer in diapers, but we always have a tube of it lying around the house. It also helps dry up pimples quickly. And I know of somebody that's recently used it on a burn, and his injury cleared up dramatically with the use of this product. And right now, I actually know of somebody who is experiencing adult chicken pox, and the Diaper Rash Cream has made her a lot more comfortable this past week. So I could go on and on about the Diaper Rash Cream, but I won't. But I just want to say that the price point on these products are absolutely amazing as well. For the quality that you get, the size that you get, it's just, I don't know why you would use anything else. So the last product for the ABC line is our sunscreen. It's called Sunscreen Broad Spectrum SPF 30. It's a gentle lotion with broad spectrum, so UVA and UVB rays for coverage. It's a mineral sunscreen, and it really doesn't have much of a smell to it. It's indicated for babies age 6 months and up, and for toddlers and for adults. This is the sunscreen that I use myself because of the non-nano zinc-based SPF, as well as the healing botanicals in it that actually prevent my skin from getting those little red bumps that I used to get every time I put on any other sunscreen, including the incredibly overpriced sunscreens that you can get at department stores. It's also water resistant for up to 40 minutes, and it absorbs quickly and moisturizes the skin at the same time. So it's also got your aloe and your chamomile and your vitamin E and all those really nice things. So while it's technically part of the ABC line, I absolutely recommend it for everyone. So as you can see, the baby line's been formulated in the smartest way, and I recommend it for all babies and toddlers. The products also have many other uses that can be used by lots of other people for lots of other reasons. But the bottom line is parents are looking for baby care products that they can trust for their baby while still being effective. So I know that when I choose Arbonne, the product is going to be pure, safe, and beneficial for my family. So that's my little talk on the products. If you're interested in possibly joining as an Arbonne consultant, don't be like me and take forever to join. Get the deeper discount now as a consultant with the possibility of creating that additional income. So talk to the consultant that invited you to this presentation. And if that's really not your thing, and if you just want to be a consumer, then you can join Arbonne as a preferred client and save 20%. So again, talk to the person that invited you to check this out, and they will hook you up. And I also highly recommend hosting a get-together. You can try a ton of product, or you can actually get a ton of product through Host Rewards for really cheap, and you get to try everything in person. So thank you for watching, and I encourage you to post any questions that you have about the products below, and I will be happy to respond to them. So thank you for tuning in, everyone, and have a great night.